Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the City Administrator, and this is the Municipal Minute for Thursday, April 18th, 2013. As I sit here, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we've received several inches of rain, as I'm sure you'll know. Luckily, we have not sustained any severe damage. I know that the stormwater collection system really has been taxed over the last several hours, and so some of you, unfortunately, are dealing with the fact that your stormwater can't get out into the system, and we apologize for that. It's really impossible to size a stormwater system to handle the water produced by an event like this. If we did so, we'd have huge concrete pipes everywhere, and we just can't do it. Luckily, we've been monitoring the river, and though it appears it's going to keep rising, we don't think that we're going to sustain any damage to our few businesses that are in a low area, being where Pal Joey's is and the Harris Mapping Services and Rendezvous. We are watching it though. We have 1,000 sandbags that we've gotten and are ready to fill those if need be to protect those businesses along the river. We also have sandbagged a small portion of our wastewater treatment plant, which is right on the river. And right now the plant is operating at full capacity, and that system seems to be working well. One thing I do want to tell everybody is that the Department of Natural Resources has closed the Fox River to boating. And I'm sure that makes sense if you've seen how fast the water is and how high it is. I'm sure there wouldn't be any objection to that. One thing we've noticed is that several people have been coming down to the river to see it. And I just want to caution you to be extremely careful. There's been some people down there with their kids pretty close to the water, and there is no way, it would be extremely dangerous to even try and rescue anybody if they fell into that water. The current is so fast and the water is deep. So please be careful if you're going to come down here and look at some things. I just heard some news. I want to thank our friends at BATV. You know, we've labored for a long time with some inadequacies of our sound system in the city council chambers, and this is not good when we try to televise our meetings. BATV has told me that they're acquiring some equipment that should make the sound coming from those meetings much better, so it'll just help us with trying to communicate with you at home. So we're very happy about that. Thank you, BATV. This is the last week to purchase rain barrels. If you go to the city website at www.cityofbatavia.net/rainbarrels, all one word, you can place your order before the opportunity disappears. The last sale is April 25th, and the price is lower than what you'd see in most of the area, and I believe they will actually deliver them to your house. I also want to welcome, on behalf of the staff and myself, the new aldermen elected last week, being Marty Callahan, Kyle Holman, Steve Vasilian, Jamie Sam, Drew McFadden, Nick Cerrone. We wish them a lot of success. Certainly the staff is excited. Anyone who the community elects to represent them holds a high place with us, and we'll do our best to help get them into the groove and work with them on your behalf. And at the same time, the staff also wants to thank the aldermen who are leaving us, and that being Bob Leva, Vic Dietz, Janet Jungles, Don Tenuta, Jim Vogt, and Eldon Friedendahl. All been very committed, all doing utmost the best they can for the good of the community, and so we wish them very well. Speaking about the City Council, as you know, up until now the city has worked under a committee system. There are 4 committees. Each one is composed of 7 aldermen, 1 alderman from each of the wards. And because of the large change in the City Council membership, Mayor Schilke has recommended that they do an experiment where they act as a committee of the whole. And they'll have to do a formal adoption of that, but it appears that they may very well do that during the rest of this year. A committee of the whole means that the entire City Council would meet together and take up committee matters and not come to final votes. In our system, the City Council meets on the first and third Mondays of each month. So with the Committee of the Whole system, They would continue to do that on the first and third Mondays, but the second and fourth Mondays, and possibly the fifth, if there was a lot of business to do, they would meet all together as a committee of the whole and make recommendations, frankly, to themselves for the next meeting, but it gives them time to ponder over what it is that they've recommended, etc., get more information if necessary. So I think this will be a really good way for new aldermen to be educated in what's happening in all of the committees without necessitating them attending all the different committee meetings. We'll probably have longer council and committee of the whole meetings, but there will be fewer of them. So it'll be very interesting to see how that experiment goes. Several cities do that now, and most have, once experimenting with it, they've maintained that process. So it'll just be interesting to see how that works out. On the economic development front, we wanted to welcome Old Solomio, which opened a week before last. It's on North River Street. They sell gelato, antipasto, panini, beer, wine, full bar. It's really pretty inside. They've done a really nice job with the former Congressman Hastert and Congressman Foster's office. It's the perfect complement to what's already on River Street, so you can enjoy a meal and then stop there for a glass of wine or stop for some gelato. So we're very happy that that business has come into town. Speaking of River Street, as you know, we're finishing up with that streetscape project. Just this week, we put up the new parking signs, moved some of the furniture, and I think you'll find it a lot clearer in terms of where to park your car when you visit that area. There's about 7 or 8 spots. Half of them are limited to 15-minute parking because a lot of the restaurants do a good takeout business. The rest are 3-hour spots, and there's plenty of parking around that area. While we're finishing up that part of the downtown, we're also going to begin working on the Wilson Street streetscape project, which extends from Island Avenue up to the west side of the intersection of Wilson and Batavia Avenue. That project actually starts on May 6th, and on April 30th, that's a Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a community kickoff meeting here at City Hall. You'll be able to ask any questions that you might have, see how we're going to get communications out during the project. You'll be able to sign up for city e-blasts, follow us on Facebook, go to our site, and a host of other ways that you could find out what's going with the project. We don't anticipate Wilson to be closed at any time. There's a slim possibility, depending on how the crosswalks are put in, that there might be half of a closure, but we think that we'll have at least one lane going in each direction during the majority of that project. There's going to be really excited about the fact that some of the corners we're working on will be enlarged. We've obtained some property easements from neighboring business owners, property owners, and you'll see that at each corner it will be expanded, and they will have some kind of seating arrangement and either a place for landscape or for a sculpture of some sort. The theory of having large corners in a downtown is that we want to make sure there's plenty of room for a number of people to be at that intersection waiting to cross, including people with bikes or bike trailers, etc. And at the same time, we're hoping to establish a nice little place that if you happen to be at a corner and you bump into somebody you know or you'd like to speak to, you can actually not cross the street, and there'll be a place there right for you where you can sit down with your friend and have a conversation. You know, because life in the downtown is more than just being inside the buildings, and so the idea is really to make sure that people understand that our public sidewalks in and of themselves are a place where people can come and congregate and see people and relax. So very excited about that. I'd like to invite you all to a celebration of the completion of River Street, which will be held on Saturday, June 15th from 4 until 9 p.m. That also coincides with the Green Walk, which has been held here for several years. Details can be found on the city website. If you don't know by now, the location of the farmers market is also going to move, and it will be over at North River Street. It will be very interesting to see how that venue works out for the farmers market. So that's about all the news at the moment. This has been the Municipal Minute for April 18th, and we invite you to continue to watch the show, and we'll be back next week with more city news. Thank you.